All right, guys, Shoddy T here. Got another much anticipated video. I know I kind of threw it out there like the past week or so. Kind of similar to what I did when I first did this version of this video several months ago. Make sure you check that video out. I highly recommend watching that video, and it's about the research. I think the title of that video is Research Guide, all about the meat and potatoes. It is very thorough. I look back and listened to that video. Got like over 40,000 views. So keep adding to that view count, because that talks about a lot of stuff. So probably not going to take too much thunder from that video. I will highlight a lot of things from that video though, and incorporate some other stuff that I had to do a little bit of research on. Unfortunately, not the most comprehensive research, because there's not a lot of stuff out there. So you guys are probably getting some information that you're not likely going to get anywhere else in the game. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment below, and let's get to it. So we're going to talk about the research, and we are in day 3 versus, which is the age of science, where you get credit for research. So it's apropos for me to go over this stuff today. The research, as I mentioned in that first video, it is the meat and potatoes of your account. It makes things more efficient in the game, and the game prioritized the research center so much is that it requires, anytime you upgrade your HQ, it always recommends, or it always requires, that your tech center is also equal to your HQ. So that ought to tell you something right there. That's the only building that has to be upgraded every time you upgrade your HQ. Yeah, there are other ones that we talked about: the drill grounds, the barracks, the hospitals, the wall, the tank centers, the alliance center. Yeah, they kind of rotate round robin those requirements, but the fixture in every single upgrade is the tech center. So I'm going to do my best to walk you guys through all of this, because what you see in this video is probably what you don't see in your account, because I realize I got various people in different stages of the game that are watching this video. Just to kind of remind you guys where I am, I'm on season 3, day 66. And some of these things that I'm going to show you guys are really time specific to the game. Like, you can't even buy your way to some of this stuff that I'm about to show you, because you just have to be on the game or in the server long enough to unlock some of these things. So I'm going to talk about all of that in this video, and that's going to be some of the things that the original video did not touch on. So this is going to be very important. So let's jump to it. So as you guys can see, if you compare my original video to this video, I've made some strides in my research. And I talked about, when you're new to the game, the most important things you want to focus on is the development, the economy, because the development, it does focus on a lot of basic fundamentals: research speed, training speed, building speed, unlocking an extra barracks. Just drill ground capacity. And some of these stuff are not even maxed out. The only ones that really haven't maxed out is the training speed and the number of trainees per efficiencies, for efficiency purposes. But you definitely want to focus on that, because I think when you first start, when this research center first unlocks, the things that are available are the first 5 items that you see: development, economy, hero, units, and the garage 1. All right, but they've now changed it, and I'm gonna tell you guys that there's been some changes that has been done since my original video, and I learned some stuff prior to this video that's gonna be mind blowing to me and to you guys. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. The garage, well, it used to be called Garage 1. Like, all the squads that you see, it used to be Garage 1, 2, 3, and 4. And actually, that was the update that the game just noticed here, I believe. Yeah, modified the term garage in the game text to squad. And the reason why they're doing that is because there was a lot of confusion by yours truly as well, and probably probably 95% of people at the game. The garages, you thought that they were there that would cause a cumulative effect. Like everything that you see here that's maxed out, you would have thought that would have applied to all of your teams. But this is only for squad one. Yes. Again, it blew my mind. So that means that squad two is only for squad two. Squad three is only for squad three. And then squad four, which you can only unlock this, and this is a correction from the previous video. In order for you to have squad four, the only way you can do that is you have to unlock the VIP pass, and this is not with the diamonds. This is the one you have to purchase. So if you don't want to spend $25 a month, that's totally fine. I get it. You don't have to do it every month. You can just do it select times when you might need to boost this squad. Because I believe whenever you unlock this, if you maximize all of this in a month's time, because it gives you time to do all this in a month, then you can just save it to whenever you need it at a later time in the game if you want to go that route. So that is key. So with that said, I made some changes. So my strongest team, which is my aircraft, they're my first squad. My second squad was my tank, but I've moved that to my missile, which is my third best team. And then my throwaway squad, they used to be squad four, they're squad three, but my second best team, which is now my tank, is now my fourth squad. So now I'm going to get the garage, well, it used to be garage four, the squad four benefits for that. So that is huge. Like that, I did not know that at all, like literally to hours before I posted this video, recording this video. So that is something that everyone should pay attention to. Now, what I did not notice, it did not change the power that it showed on paper, because when I did play around with it, my second squad was 36.26 million with the drone, with the skill chip preset. But when I put it on this squad, it was also the same when I put it on this platform. So the numbers are still the same on paper, but apparently the research mastery doesn't automatically affect, it doesn't increase their, I guess, their power on paper. So this is like the hidden boost that they're gonna get with these garages, or I keep calling them garages because they were named garages up until this research update this morning. So make sure that you focus on that. Now the other squads, two and three, they're very difficult to unlock because they take a lot more days to unlock. All right. So the prerequisites for a lot of this stuff, it varies based off your tech center status. Like some have milestones that your tech center has to be at level 10, which again, this goes hand in hand with your HQ. So if you're focusing on your buildings, then a lot of the tech stuff is going to fall into place, because the game is forcing you to upgrade your tech center whenever you upgrade your HQ. So make sure that you're taking advantage of your buildings, because without that, this stuff won't be possible. So that's as simple as I can put it when it comes to all the prerequisite stuff for all the different stuff that you're seeing here. All right. So so let's talk about the other things that are beyond the squads. That's going to be probably the main focus of this video as opposed to the original video. So we all know that the Alliance Duel thing is very important, because if you are in an active alliance, or alliance that have a certain amount of folks, I'm sorry about that, had a little sneeze there. But yeah, if you're in an alliance with a lot of people, or at least they're active, this right here, this is just, this is a no-brainer, and it doesn't take many days to max, because you're in the Alliance Duel literally every week from very early in the game. I don't care what part of the timeline that you're on, the Alliance Duel has been in the game for almost since the very beginning. Like it has been in the game for quite some time, like early stages. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're in an alliance. Oops. Yeah, first thing you want to make sure you do is that you're in an alliance. Otherwise, the Alliance Duel stuff is not gonna help you out because you won't be able to open boxes if you're not in an alliance. Okay, so that's self-explanatory. So if you're watching this video and you're not in an alliance, get in one. All right, I don't care what type of alliance, as long as they're active, or if you just know people in the server, hey, get me in this alliance. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I pull my weight. I'm not there to mooch, because a lot of alliances don't like moochers. So if you're a valuable contributor, they'll definitely take you in and you can help develop your account. Okay, so this alliance duel one is very key. And in order to, and then this truck thing, you have to, I think you have to get your alliance duel status to 80% to unlock. Because I think if you guys saw that video I posted, I had it at exactly 80%. And then over time, I decided to max out this alliance duel one because other stuff ended up unlocking later on below, like these things here. The things that are below this, they were not there before. So this stuff later got added into the game. So so the truck stuff, I mean, it's a lot of, some of this stuff is luxury, but if you want that fifth truck, as I mentioned in the other video, you do have to have everything above that at level 5. Now, some of these are just one level things, but like this, and the stuff on the right side here, all of these, I think, goes up to level 10 or 5 at least. So you have to get all of those before you get that. And these are just one-time things here that you can kind of save, like a break glass in case of emergency type deal with the versus scoring. But I definitely recommend getting this, especially now that we know what we know. Where I am now is that when you have those reindeers that are out there, they gather, you can, when you get the level 31, not only you getting these choice chests, so you definitely want to be able to, this is the only way that you can get choice chests through dispatches is through these reindeer. So you want to unlock that. All right. So let's continue here. So let's talk about special forces. So special forces, man, I did not realize how important special forces are to the game, especially to the later stages of the game. In order to unlock special forces, of course, you do have to have the prerequisites. And again, it's probably tech center related, whatever level your tech center is, or possibly even what your alliance duel one is. But whatever the prerequisite is for special forces, get to that ASAP, because you don't want to waste time getting the special forces, and you want to focus on that early and often whenever you get a chance, because that unlocks a lot of the stuff that you ultimately see down here. So let's go to special forces. All right, now again, I have everything nearly at max and I'm working on some stuff as we speak. But special forces, a morale boost that helps in battle. All right, attack, reducing damage. So it's a lot of attack and that, but the most important thing that special forces does is that ultimately it allows you to unlock level 10 troops. This is the way to do it. I did a comprehensive video that talked about how to unlock level 10 troops. There are several prerequisites, but one of the prerequisites is to get this unlocked. And in order to get this unlocked, there's a lot of stuff above it that has to be unlocked. And I do not recommend maxing everything above that, because this takes a lot of gold, a lot of gold. So whatever the prerequisites that you have to do to unlock the next window to go closer and closer to this, just do the bare minimum. And then if it tells you that you have to get the level 10, because you have to get the level 10 on all three of these in order to unlock that. And I'm telling you, the gold requirements to get all of these three things to level 10 is a lot, not to mention the time that it takes. So you want to use your speed ups wisely. I don't recommend just blowing through all your speed ups to do this. Just kind of do it when you can. But again, it helps to be in an active alliance where you can get more events that you can participate in, more assists that you can do with secret tasks, ghost ops missions, all that stuff. All that stuff just give you speed ups on a daily basis without even thinking about it. So again, being in an alliance has its benefits. So this right here, again, this is just level 10 troops, it just you want to have it because it's a big difference between level 9 and level 10. So for those that are around HQ 26, 27, 28, where you're about to unlock level 9 troops, you want to start focusing on getting down here. So that way you want to, because it's going to take time to get to this. Like, this did not happen for me overnight. Even with me occasionally spending money on the game, this did not happen to me overnight. So you want to start planning to get into this once you get to levels 27, 26, 27, 28, and use that time that it takes to cook up all those buildings to ultimately get to level 30, to slowly but surely get your way down here. Okay. I cannot stress it enough. All right. Now, special forces, also another thing that it does. If it used to be level 80, but now if you get to level 40 in special forces, and if your tech center is and your HQ, no, I take it back. If your special forces is at 40% and your tech center is at level 21, it unlocks the siege to seize as well as the defense fortifications masteries. So these are just supplements to the stuff above. Now the cool thing of these, all this stuff below, it doesn't focus on a particular squad. This applies to all units. Everything else applies to all units except for the squad 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are squad specific. Again, learn it for the first time today. All right. So the siege to seize is important because it gives you the opportunity to unlock an extra drill ground, and it just gives you more attack, health, defense, and in like human battles. So that's what all this is about: drill ground capacity, march speed, and some other stuff I still haven't unlocked yet. But folks, trust me, I'm focusing on that whenever I can get to it. All right, and then you also have the age of oil. Now, this is the one thing that the game, this is based off your timeline in the game. Like this, the age of oil does not happen until you get to the season 2 celebration. So I want to say, if I look at the timeline here, I think it shows up in this timeline. So let's see. The Age of Oil. So once you get the season 2, day 57, that's when the Age of Oil unlocks. Okay. So if you're in season 1 or if you're just starting season 2, you're not going to see this yet. So, but at least you're getting a preview of what to look forward to once you get to the end of season 2, or once you get to that stage. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So, but I'm going to just tell you guys what is in here. So the first thing is that you unlock the third tech center. So again, what I talked about at the very beginning of this video, what you see here is may not be applicable to everyone, because you can't get a third tech center until you get the Age of Oil, which is the season 2, day 57. So just have to be patient. To just wait. You get there. Just focus on the other stuff that are important up until that stage happen. Get your account in the best position to be able to take advantage of this when it does happen. But you definitely want to take advantage of this, kind of like you do with the level 10 troops. You want to get all the way to the bottom, because this unlocks the ability for you to increase your level beyond level 30. And and again, level 30, for the longest time, that was like the pinnacle of the game. But you had so many people at level 30 that were at various there were different types of level 30. You had empty calorie 30s that if you were like level 26, you could probably beat them. But then you have some loaded level 30s that, like, no matter what enhancements, how much money you spent, you're not beating those guys. So this is like another level of separation, getting to level 31 through 35. But there are definitely some perks to unlock this, because one of the things I talked about is that reindeer, where you can get those those weapon shards instead of just the hero shards. So you definitely need to get this. Like, if you take anything out of this video today in combination with that other video, is that special forces, and then just being patient enough to to this when it first opens and make it your same priority like you do with those level 10 troops to get to here. But ideally, before you get to level, if you've already passed season 2, day 57, and for some reason you haven't gotten the level 10 troops yet, just again focus on that first before you focus on this. Okay, that's the recommendation. But if you're not quite the age of oil yet, then you definitely want to focus on getting this as close to level 10 as possible and get that unlocked. Because again, I think you have to get the Alliance duel put at a certain percentage, or the truck. It was one of those two. You have to get a certain percent before the special forces unlock, as well as the tech center requirements. Now, the other stuff, the tank mastery, the missile mastery, the aircraft mastery, again, that stuff unlocks later on. So I wouldn't focus on that right now. Again, this doesn't require anything special. Just requires just being on the game long enough. And of course, you do have to have your HQ at level 30. And your tech center has to be at level 30. So that's the main thing that you're, in order to unlock all this stuff, is that your tech center has to be at level 30. So again, it's development specific, game time specific. As you guys can see, I barely got some of this stuff even worked on. So I still got a ways to go. But just to kind of recap from the other video, you definitely want to focus on the development, the economy, and now your squads. But if you only got one squad, especially if you don't have the resources to fill out all your other squads, squad 1 is going to be your most important building. If you have that luxury to get the VIP pass, then you can focus on squad 4, because the resources requirement to upgrade those are just as cheap as squad 1. Like, they're almost identical. Squad 2, squad 3, as you can see, I barely got this stuff. I think squad 2 has to be at like 25% in order to unlock the garage 3. And I did that, but then I realized squad 3 is so expensive to upgrade. It's like something that's like end game stuff. Like, just to get this to level 2, if you don't have VIP, it takes 11 days. But if I have VIP, it's 3 days. And then this goes without saying, anytime that you're about to start a big research task that's going to take, even if it takes more than 2 days, like if it's less than that, you could probably get by without it. But at the same time, if you have the ability to do it every time you start a task, abuse the vice president, used to be first lady, abuse that. Now, on certain times, it's going to be long lines, especially if you're in an active server. So it's a line of 47 folks at the moment. But if you do the math, even if this queue is full, that's 50 people. It's what, 5 minutes per wait. So 5 minutes times 50, that's 250 minutes. That's 4 hours and 10 minutes. It is still worth waiting that 4 hours, because that VIP that you get is going to save you a whole lot more than 4 hours when you have that buff, especially on those days, those tasks is going to take multiple days. Like, if it only takes you a day to complete a task, it may not be worth waiting 4 hours, because you probably would have already had the task completed by now, because you do have that alliance help thing. Again, this talks about being in an alliance where help can actually reduce time. Like where I am now, let's just look at the very first one. Like, alliance help has reduced 1 day off of fast builder 5 research. So again, if it's stuff that can take just a day to finish, you probably don't have to use the VIP buff. Just start on it and just have your alliance members help you get it there or get close to it. And you may have to use a couple of speed ups here and there to finish the task. But yeah, so those big projects, just let them cook. Don't be in a rush. Like, what I usually do, just to kind of give you a pro tip, is whenever I do my arms race, and I did, it was researched earlier this morning. What I do is that I nickel and dime using these speed ups just to maximize my arms race boxes, especially on those tasks that are like taking multiple days. I do it every time when I get to the construction part. of the arms race, like especially when I have stuff like this that's taking 11 days. I use that to just use just enough speed ups to fill up all those boxes for arms race purposes. So that's just kind of something just to hold in your back pocket for that type of stuff, especially because you again these speed ups can be easily gained if you're just doing the stuff you're supposed to do in the game and you're in an active alliance. All right, I can't stress that enough. So just to kind of recap this whole video, one, get in an alliance. All right, get in an active alliance so that way you can take advantage of a lot of the perks that you get in the game, whether it's the train, helping out with secret tasks, helping out with ghost ops when that does unlock in the game, because that doesn't happen from day one. Alliance versus alliance duel. I mean, it's just so many perks of being in an alliance versus flying solo. You just can't survive on this game being by yourself. Okay, just the bottom line. No matter how much money you spend. Okay, all right. So that's priority one. The new thing to take away is that the squads impact the marches. So make sure that your top squad is at squad one, and then if you have the VIP unlocked, then your second best squad, put that at squad four. If not, put them at squad two. Again, I just have to cater to everyone that's on the game. And then the other thing, special forces, Age of Oil windows unlock. But before Age of Oil unlock, special forces, special forces, special forces. Get that to 40%. Unlock the siege to seize for that fourth drill ground. Unlock that defense fortification for that extra hospital. Like that's the very first thing you can unlock. So these don't take very long to do once you unlock them. So yeah, and the rest of the stuff, like you just fit it in when you can. Use the VIP buffs to cut down on some of that time in between. And yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, this is just gonna make a big difference in the game for your account. Like you can have identical stuff on everything else. Your builders can be the same as everyone else, but if your research is all screwed up and it's your focus on the wrong research items, like because there's a reason why some of these are lower than others, then that'll separate you from the other people that are on the game. So make sure you use resources wisely. Focus on these. Take advantage of these, especially on day three versus. But again, you want to sprinkle prioritizing this throughout the week because there are other days you can get credit for research, such as day 5. You can get credit for speed ups on day 6. And then of course you got your arms races to take advantage of research during those times to use some speed ups there. All right, so yeah, so guys, let me know if there's anything else. If you got some screenshots that might show some of these prerequisites, but again, it's self-explanatory. If you just check out your own research center, and if you got stuff that's still grayed out, it'll literally tell you what is needed to unlock. And then if you're within a research task, like I'm just going to give you a quick example here. If you're within the research task, like if I'm trying to unlock this, it lets you know in red what you're missing. So it's telling me I have to get the level 4 aircraft synergy, level 4 aircraft attack and defense in order to get this to level 2. So that's why I'm focusing on getting this all to level 4 so I can get this to level 2. So the game, if you just click on these, it'll tell you what you need. And you just have to make sure that you get all those green checks fulfilled. And as you can see, I'm going to be finished with this in a day, but I'm probably going to speed that up to finish today so I can start on that before the day is out, because I'm going to use those 1,500 Valor badges in order for me to get all my research boxes open for today. So everything has a plan. So I'm probably going to apply for the VIP buff later today, so that way I can kind of focus on that and get all 3 of these things started before the day is out. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, it's very thorough, comprehensive. And again, if you have anything to add, screenshots, Discord me. I can always add stuff after the fact or just talk about it briefly in a subsequent video. But like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll talk to you later.